Hey, how's it going, y'all? Just checking in. Got to give you an update. I wanted to really touch on certain things, specifically hot and hollow fuel. Now, I understand where people are coming from. There is some kind of insecurities, but I don't know what your concern is about. It's something that's to happen, hasn't happened, and when it materializes, they're talking about a 1-for-1 swap, as in a unit for a unit. Doesn't mean you're losing like a form of metric value, but then as well, when you look at fuel, if it's of an aggregated value, then you're gonna have that value based on the amount of work and performance done. It's what happens with fuel though. Fuel is something that it's you hear fuel and you understand that it's combustible. So you think at what point does it get burned, and is a burn a possibility? It's always a possibility, whether that's vaulted in cold storage for use later and other applicable sources. But then also too, what do companies do regardless, right? When you say burn, remember, you hear ICO, IPO. It's the same shit. I don't know how to sugarcoat that. All a burn is a stock or shareholder buyback. So you buy X amount of coin off the market and it disappears for good. And that drives up the value of the company. The company is saying, we also believe we're worth this, but we're buying it and saying no. Now we're giving more back to our investors. So a burn isn't inherently a bad thing, but it also isn't inherently a good thing, because all a burn does is create more volatility in many ways, right? You're taking something where there's not a large threshold to balance out when things, when people, basically move the portfolio into other holdings, right? Or into their savings account. And when you look at, something with a large circulating supply, and you're like, yeah, when are they gonna burn? When are they gonna burn? What you have to understand with Holochain and say something like Cardano, there's no need to burn. Remember, these guys are ahead of everybody else. Visa, for example, does 150 million transactions per second. 150 million. Now, someone like Cardano wants to onboard 100 million users in Africa. That's why HYDRA is going to do 1 million transactions per second. There's a reason why Holochain is positioning itself as web hosting, the Internet of Things, as far as distributed security for healthcare, and then as well, web hosting. These two aren't inexplicably like hold on. Holochain, Cardano, they're not at odds with each other. And you're like, well, how does this coincide with hot and hollow fuel? Well, when you have a large circulation supply of coins, right? You're like, that's not good. I thought, hold on. You just want to get rich quick. This might not be the coin for you. But you will do well if you decide to get in under the $1 mark. That's all I have to say. When is a good time to buy? I don't know. What can you afford? You know what I mean? Like, it's regardless. This is a yacht club. This is a yacht. It's not a lifeboat. There's no rubber dinghy. You're either going to be on it now or be left out later. What can I say? Like, there's one video out there. Shout out to Donald. Big up Donald. It's 290 billion is low, brother. Is low. I'm gonna give you another shot to get it right this time. But it's low. You're talking about playing in global economy. Global economy is 87.5 billion. 290? Sorry, no. Yeah, it's 87.5 trillion. So a $290 billion valuation is low. Holochain is grossly undervalued is basically what I'm trying to say to people. It's the one true coin of all coins, all tokens, that literally offers market stability. You don't have to burn. Think about it. They're going to hit what they hit, and Orion Protocol, when that launches this Wednesday, is going to test all that metrics. And when there's no issues, you're going to be looking at your own internet provider like, yo, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like this is what's up. This is one of the best projects to launch all year. So, and guess who's first layered the framework for that exchange, for the world's first liquidity aggregator that's going to pull from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges. I don't know. It wasn't Cardano. Again, not a shot at Cardano, but I'm speaking because I just woke up and this is the most energy you're going to get out of me all day. For real. So when I mentioned that, it's to highlight that it took Cardano 2 layers to do, and it's still perfecting, still refining. And it'll take time to determine that proof that it can actually hit 1 million. You know, I like the notion of basically, you know, using what's hard forked as a way to, as a first layer for the transactions kind of thing. I dig it. I like it. I like it. But remember, HYDRA is a distributed hash table. Holochain operates off of distributed hash tables. The difference is though the concept, right, and the development of ecosystem, as well as where each two or both plan to be in the spaces that they want to be in. Very separate competitors, okay? But again, you wanted to talk about hot and Holofuel, so I'm gonna give it to you, okay? So this is where my abstractions come from as far as what I think is gonna happen with hot and Holofuel. You know, Holofuel was being requested to be listed on exchanges as far back as 2019. The CEO, Mary Camacho, sorry, not the CEO, the executive director of Holo, Mary Camacho, with all due respect, has highlighted this in an article before, right? Everyone's hanging on to like old words. That's the best part. That's the best part. Like, yo, conversations that happened 2 years ago have changed, and now it's 2021. But I'm gonna give you perspective on why the abstractions are made, and based off of what's been said prior. But understand, time has gone by, conversations have changed, and expectations are different. People want to burn. They could quarterly burn whatever they want, and you'd be like, oh, I should have got in. This isn't Apple stock. You can still afford it. But hey, the other thing too is, should I hold hot or Holofuel? You're gonna want to hold both. People that aren't holding VThor right now, what's gonna happen when that gets burned? Small cap. You get what I'm saying? Like, understand the game. You don't know the game, you're gonna get left behind while others are playing it. This is about participation. So you need to do your research. You need to know your stuff. When I'm done, you better click the link down below and read up and get the speed. Okay, so Holofuel is a real utility currency, but distinct from almost all others, it is an accounting currency as we explain in our Holofuel 101. And we want to ensure it does not accidentally get categorized as another type of financial instrument. Because of this, we're simply being careful about what we promise. So, but notice how that's 2019, and the conversation now that Arthur Brock is having with people is, you know what, Holofuel is a mutual credit currency. You know what I mean? That's asset backed. What is, I hate to do this, but I love doing this. What is Bitcoin backed by? What is its purpose and use case? You know what I mean? I'm not knocking it, but at 109 terawatts, that offers no true purpose. That's why I say when you compare it to things that do things, value in economy is shifting. People just don't want to throw money at something and then get caught up in the greatest pump and dump scheme of all time. Remember, you're going to see this coming. It's not going to happen when like regulatory authorities have something to say about the amount of pollution that Bitcoin causes. But what's going to end up happening is people are just going to really not mess with it. You don't do anything. You don't hold value. Things that hold value have the potential to pay dividends. Things that don't have value don't pay dividends. Only one class of people get rich. You know, we know the issues of income disparity across the world. And then we're going to add 109 terawatts of I don't do anything to the equation. And that's why I don't really mess with Bitcoin. That's why this is bigger than blockchain. This is the one thing that saved blockchain. So do keep that in mind. And people are like, oh, 6 months, it'll be dropped in 6 months. Yo, fam, I'm reading the article that said that in 2019. You can't speculate on timeframes and windows until you see it on an exchange or the App Store opens up and you see that there's an opportunity to switch and swap. But what are you switching and swapping for if you're not providing a service? If it's not listed on an exchange? What you should concern yourself is with the amount of hot that you're going to hold on to, period. Go ahead and read the green paper, read the currency white paper. Miss Mary goes on to say, the hot and hollow fuel currencies and really Holo itself has been architect for a long-term approach to value. But you want to skim through comment sections, you want to listen to the alt boys who are going to hype sell you, pump you, and watch you get rinsed on the way out. Come on, man. It was not created with an intention to be solely an investment. The currencies do not have specific mechanism for return or reward as would a security token, and the overall design is oriented towards value stability, not volatility or equity appreciation. The value of Holofuel is therefore intended to grow with the steady and very real growth of the network. So small-minded thinkers will think that because it's a large cap that it's worthless and it won't appreciate in value. You can't do math. You didn't evaluate and appraise an entire global economy while trying to look at a single coin. So say what you want, leave it in the comment section, but know that when this yacht leaves you behind and you thought it was going to be a lifeboat and it isn't, and instead we're partying on it, understand that you had the chance, you saw the videos, and you slept on it. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make videos and do research. But guess what? Where I've made friends is in the Discord. Shameless plug. Go check out the HoloTube Discord. Go like and subscribe to Johnny Stang and the Holo in the live. Sorry, I'm full of energy right now. I'm like, That's not, I love this, man. I love this. I woke up with the utmost energy. Yo, listen, go like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe to the Holochain Live 24/7 mission to 2 cents, because that's gonna change. Mission to 10 cent coming up soon. It's a hot summer, okay? It's a hot summer, and give a shout out to the mods, and big up to Johnny Stang. It's Marvin. What's good? Visual Monarchs. Yo, I'm just gonna stop and just shout you out too. You know what I mean? Yo, Robert, what's good? Gabby, how you doing? Yo, to the folks in Germany, Guten Tag, you know what I'm saying? Just had to. Oh, in Turkey. If you're from Turkey, hey, big up yourself. I'm coming for a visit. I swear I'm coming for a visit. Much love. Yo, we got to get back to this. Like I said, I'm full of energy right now. And one of the reasons why it's intentionally priced the way it is, hot and therefore also Holofuel, is that they believed was a significant discount to its underlying value at the time. So to incentivize initial backers and adopters, if you look back to our benchmarking for Holochain, we demonstrated increases in efficiencies ranging from 10,000 times to over 1 million times as compared to Ethereum. So remember, when we're talking about reduced gas fees, you can't beat that. There's no argument. So the fact that you can almost bring gas fees to zero, you know what I mean? But somebody still has to make money, right? Regardless, that comes down to the web hosting. And that's where you're going to generate X amount of Holofuel for something else. And it doesn't stop there, right? You're just limiting the perspective of what you can perceive. I'm used to being in environments where people don't see what I see, and so often I don't share. So again, this is why I highlight that this is of an excellent value at the present time. Anything under $1 is a good time. I know you want your money to make the most for you, but guess what your money won't be able to do? For example, you say this, put this perspective. $100, you get what? 10,000 pennies? Something like that. Let's crunch that number. Let's crunch that number right now. Don't look at my nostrils. Don't be staring at my nose hairs. Let's crunch this right now. Yeah, that's 10,000. Sorry, I had to check. I just got good at math 2 years ago. Shout out to my tutor. Thank you. So when I say like, $100 gets you 10,000 pennies, right? Now, if it goes to the 2 cent mark, you got 50,000 pennies. You have less. No, sorry. No. If it goes to the 2 cent mark, you got 5,000 pennies. So hesitancy is not a bad thing, but the longer you hesitate, and though you have time to do the research and you don't do the research, you lose out on purchasing power. And now you don't have the market position other people would have who weren't listening and skimming through comment sections. Like, there's people who don't want this coin to do well, and it's very visible. They refer to things as dips as opposed to entry points. And God bless them. I'm not here to take away from them. There's plenty of market, there's plenty of opportunity. And I look forward to when Cardano does eventually, integrate their systems with over 100 million different users. So, carrying on too, when they talk about the swap and burn type thing, what they do is I'll just read it straight up, was based on the conventions of other token swaps. However, as we have incorporated feedback from the community and refined our currency design, we have found that until our ecosystem matures, this method may invite structural instability. So this is what I talk about, the moon boys, the hype sellers, the cheerleaders with the pom-poms. We got, like, the reason why they're not burning anything is because it's going to attract more of them. This is a coin for the working professional who wants to retire in 5 to 10 years or sooner. This is for the young person in government housing, or the person who doesn't have stable housing, to realize that the opportunity of generational wealth is imminent. That's the difference. I can't explain it any more than that. Carrying on. So as far as the swap and burn was based, so instead, allowing the community to swap back and forth between hot and Holofuel provides far more liquidity for our users. How will be swapped at a one-to-one value? Remember, don't hang on to what you hear and what you see and what you've read. 2019 conversations change in 2021, okay? But instead of burning the tokens, they will temporarily be taken out of circulation and held in a reserve account. Hosts can redeem Holofuel for hot just like any other reserve currency. So remember, they're not burning hot. They're taking it out of circulation. So when people destroy something, it's kind of dumb. Because all you're doing is making it harder for others to participate later on down the road. And when people do participate, you're just setting them up for a harder failure. Now, where I come from with this perspective, though, is what's different about a cold storage? Basically, it's a buyback. You own the shares, dummy. This is an ICO. Sounds a lot like an IPO. And when I say dummy, I'm referring to myself. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm literally looking at me. So what do you do with shares that you buy back? The company owns a percentage of itself. What happens when a company sells those shares? So everyone who's been rooting for burn has really more or less been getting rinsed, hosed, and screwed. Take it in. When you don't appraise an entire global economy, you don't see these opportunities. You don't recognize why this is a more valuable company, why this is a more valuable enterprise. So we don't need a burn. What we need is more companies to buy back their shares and sell them back on market. Taking something out of circulation doesn't make it more valuable. And if you have to destroy something to essentially verify and improve the security of a system, that means in many ways it wasn't as secure as you probably thought. Food for thought. So again, I enjoy this, man. And the reason for that, right, is they want to allow HOT to serve as a bridge to crypto markets and provide critical liquidity for people in the early stages of Holofuel. So what more can I say? This change is necessary because each reserve stabilizes Holofuel relative to that reserve's currency. This means that Holofuel takes on some of the reserve currency volatility characteristics. Given the extreme volatility and issues facing existing cryptocurrencies, we hesitate to link Holofuel to them. Using HOT as a reserve currency provides Holo users with a path to cash in and out of cryptocurrencies, while preventing Holofuel prices from being bound to the volatility and issues of other projects. This change is not dilutive because it does not add any additional HOT or Holofuel into circulation. The initial conversion of HOT into Holofuel does not change, and HOT only re-enters circulation when an equivalent amount of Holofuel is redeemed and taken out of circulation at a reserve. HOT is literally the liquid gold that the Federal Reserve wishes they had. I'm sorry, this is bigger than blockchain. This is better than Bitcoin. What is the point of highlighting to everybody how, by the way, less than 1% of the world is participating in crypto and running off and encouraging them, go buy the one thing you can't afford. No, this is a budget friendly, everybody can participate in global economy. There's no one person determining the outcome for everyone else. This is truly a space where everyone can participate in a growing economy. But if you like small cap circulation and you like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be fooled by the volatility. So, and so I mean, so I just want to say thank you to Ms. Camacho. I appreciate it. It's an excellently written article, and I think what people need to understand is like it's patience. If you look at a large market cap coin, better yet, go look at the 5-year mark from the inception of Holochain to where it is now, and all you see, because most of y'all don't scroll back past a week or a month, okay? All you're gonna see is the chart do this. So I mean, how do you not like stability? If volatility is your thing, great. Like, you make a lot of money, but I like knowing that no matter what I do, I'm good. And that's the thing that Holochain does. It offers a certain sense of comfort that I haven't been able to find in any other digital asset or cryptocurrency. And something else to consider when it comes to Holofuel, what one of the benefits of it is that it being expressed as a mutual credit accounting of value is that, once it's at the heart of like a productive economy, and I'm reading from the article itself right here, rooted in hosting distributed web apps so that the currency has intrinsic value measured in terms of how much hosting power, CPU bandwidth, and storage you receive. This is quite different from algorithm-based coin pools with a fixed supply. You know what I mean? This is why I love Holochain. You don't need 109 terawatts to do nothing. Its value is in its purpose. Its value is in doing what it says it's supposed to do. And the thing I like most about it is it gives the whole world an opportunity to participate. You say you want to bring on, more people into this area of life, this new emerging market, this digital frontier that we're all trying to pioneer. Bars, but I'm not a rapper. And this is the one coin that does it all. So to say that, it's high right now in price, and when there's a dip, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to sound like Christopher Walken. Maybe I should have got the dip. No, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna take off. It's literally gonna leave you behind, and it's gonna dip this way. Hold that L. Hold that L. Oh man, there's nothing like waking up. There's nothing like waking up to Tuesday's pay, to Tuesday's pay, to then all of a sudden seeing a few days' pay turn into a couple salaries every day. But when Big Black Crypto speaks, you don't listen. You don't want to listen. You just want it easy. You want someone else to do the work. The thing is, I give you the research to read, and you make your own decisions. I'll never tell you when to buy, when to sell. But I know right now, as long as that thing stays under $1, I'm gonna be like Salt Bay, yo, take my monies. Take my monies. Salt Bay on this. That's all I had to really say as far as like about the benefits of it. So again, thank you for your time. This has been another Big Black Crypto episode. And if you got questions about Holofuel and the swap, drop them in the link below. But I don't know what to tell you. If you want credible, thorough research, that's what I do. Thank you kindly. Have a good day.